Heidamath NCAA football predictions week 3. For week 3, we don't have a guest picker because our transportation was in for maintenance. We should have that resolved and should have them back next week. And just to review last week, we picked Navy as a bye, so we're not going to count that. So we picked 7 games. I was 4 wins, 3 losses. My guest picker was 5 wins, 2 losses. But it should be noted that the guest picker paid an analyst to help her out with the game. So all of the information that she read from the script, she did not actually write that script. She paid her son-in-law to do that. So let's move on to week 3. What do we have going on this week? Let me get my sheet out. It's a little bit windy. First off, game day is in Iowa this week. So I'm in Iowa as well. Over my right shoulder, you see Nebraska, and we are going to call the Nebraska game, but Iowa's playing at Iowa State this week. Game day is in Iowa, so I thought I'd come to Iowa as well. So let's get right to the 8 games. First game, Army is playing at UTSA. Army is 1-1. UTSA is 1-1. I pick Army probably by 2 touchdowns on that one. Next, we have Texas at Rice. Texas coming off of a tough overtime loss last week at Rice. I picked Texas by, probably 4 touchdowns, quite a bit. Iowa at Iowa State. This is going to be a squeaker. I think it's going to get on in the last minute. Might actually go to overtime. But I think Iowa will pull it out in the end. Ohio State, 2-0, playing at Indiana, 2-0. I pick Ohio State by 2 touchdowns. This is probably going to be the closest game Ohio State has played all year. Alabama 2-0 at South Carolina 1-1. Alabama by 3 touchdowns. They almost made the spread last week. I think they won by 52 points or something like that, and the spread was 55. Northern Illinois 1-1, playing at Nebraska 1-1. I'm going to call for Nebraska. I hope they don't disappoint. And looking over my shoulder, that is Nebraska, and we're pulling for a win in Nebraska. Next game, East Carolina State 1-1 against Navy 1-0. Navy had a bye last week, so they've only played 1 game this season. They are undefeated. Second home game, I'm going to say Navy by a touchdown. It will be closer than I would prefer, but I think Navy is going to carry the day. And then for the game of the week this week, last week we chose the game of the week based on cheerleaders and cheerleading parents and that sort of stuff. This week, I'm going to call the Maryland at Temple game, primarily because I've got some friends that are Maryland fans. And I went to college in Maryland, and I like their program. So I'm going to say Maryland by a touchdown. So let me just review real quickly. The winners this week are going to be Army, Texas. Iowa's going to beat Iowa State, but that'll be a squeaker. The Ohio State University, Alabama, Nebraska, Navy, and Maryland. Stay tuned next week to see who the guest picker is.